In a time when Christmas felt bigger than calendars and colder than memory. When snow didn't just fall but stayed. When neighborhoods slept under glowing porch lights, and the sound of a distant train could make a kid feel like the world was enormous and mysterious. There stood a red brick house on a quiet Chicago street that believed it was ready for the holidays. A house filled with voices talking over one another, suitcases half-packed, pizza boxes stacked too high, parents overwhelmed, siblings annoyed, cousins everywhere, and somewhere in the middle of all that noise was Kevin McCallister, 8 years old, small for his age, sharp as a tack, loud when ignored, quiet when hurt. A boy who felt invisible in a family that loved him, but rarely slowed down long enough to notice him. A boy who didn't want toys or praise that Christmas. Just one thing, peace. And in a moment of childish anger mixed with real loneliness.
Hi, are you Mr. McCallister? The Mr. McCallister
yes,
who
I
lives
am.
here? Okay, that's kind of great. Wow, I'd like to have a word with you, sir.
Well, am I under arrest or something? You want to tell me?
Oh, good, because somebody owes me 122 and...
Kevin McCallister made a wish he didn't fully understand. A wish whispered into the chaos of a crowded kitchen. A wish that said, "I wish my family would disappear." And like most wishes, it didn't come true the way it was meant to. Because sometimes the universe listens too closely. Because sometimes what you ask for arrives without instructions.
Hey, madam, you guys having a reunion or something?
Oh no, my husband's brother transferred to Paris last summer and both of his kids are still going to school here and I guess he missed the whole family. He's giving us all this trip to Paris for the holidays so we can be together.
Wow! You mean you're taking a trip to Paris?
Oh no! Ow!
And when the sun rose the next morning, planes were boarding, alarms were misheard, head counts were wrong, and the McCallister family was gone, leaving behind silence, echoing hallways, and one small boy standing at the top of the stairs, realizing that the house wasn't empty because it was quiet. It was empty because he was alone, truly alone, and at first, it felt like freedom, like pizza for breakfast and jumping on beds and watching forbidden movies, like dancing through living rooms and pretending the world finally belonged to him. But as the hours stretched and the nights grew colder, the thrill faded into something heavier. Something quieter, something that crept in when the lights were off and the shadows grew long, because being alone doesn't feel brave when the furnace kicks on by itself, when the basement seems to breathe, when every noise sounds like footsteps, and while Kevin McCallister was learning that independence comes with fear.
Remember that kid we saw the other day? He lives here.
But if the kids is there, the parents gots to be with him.
Nah, he is home alone.
Two men were walking the streets with gloves in their pockets and plans in their heads. Harry and Marv, known to themselves as the Wet Bandits. Criminals who believed they had the system figured out. Who knew which houses were empty, which families were gone. Who saw Christmas as opportunity instead of celebration. Men who mistook confidence for intelligence and underestimation for strategy. Men who saw one brightly lit house and thought they'd found an easy mark. Never imagining that behind that door was a child watching, learning, preparing, because Kevin McCallister wasn't just afraid. He was observant, he was clever, he was resourceful, and inspired by old black and white gangster movies and the kind of imagination only a kid could have. He began to understand something important, that fear could be used, that traps could be built, that a house could become a battlefield if you knew it well enough. And as the days passed and the snow fell thicker, Kevin crossed paths with a lonely old man across the street. A man misunderstood by rumor and silence. A man who taught Kevin that loneliness doesn't always look like being alone. Sometimes it looks like being afraid to reach out. And in those quiet moments, between church hymns and snowy sidewalks, Kevin McCallister learned that courage wasn't loud. It was steady. It wasn't about not being scared. It was about standing still when you were. And while Kevin was growing up faster than he planned to, his mother, Kate McCallister, was tearing across continents, stranded in airports, bargaining with strangers, chasing flights and hope with equal desperation, driven by one thought that refused to quiet down, the kind of thought only a mother knows.
This is Christmas, the season of perpetual hope, and I don't care if I have to get out on your runway and hitchhike. If it cost me everything I owned, if I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I am going to get home to my son.
The kind that ignores exhaustion, distance, and reason. The thought that said, my son is alone and I have to get home, no matter what. And as Christmas Eve arrived, the world outside Kevin's window glowed with warmth that he couldn't touch. Families gathering, bells ringing, laughter spilling into streets. While inside that house, a boy stood his ground, setting traps with toy cars, tar, ropes, paint cans, and pure determination. Turning childhood playthings into a defense system born not out of malice, but out of love for a home he finally understood the value of. And when Harry and Marv stepped inside, confident and careless, they walked into a night they would never forget. A night of slipping, screaming, falling, and realizing too late that they had underestimated the smallest opponent of their lives. Because Kevin McCallister didn't fight like a child. He fought like someone protecting the only thing he had left. And as chaos unfolded in laughter and pain, something deeper was happening beneath the slapstick and screams. Something quiet and human.
Hello, my house is being robbed. My address is 656 Mockingbird Boulevard.
Now we got ya, you little brat. Ha ha ha. Now let's see what you got again.
A boy proving to himself that he could survive, that he wasn't helpless, that even when forgotten, he mattered. And when the night finally ended and sirens faded into the snow, Kevin stood alone again, not scared this time, just tired, waiting, hoping, believing that wishes could be undone.
Marv, why the hell do you have to take your shoes off?
Harry, why the hell are you dressed like a chicken?
Harry, stay still.
What are you doing, Marv?
Don't move. Don't move, stay still.
Marv, what are you doing?
Let me get the spider.
Stand still! I'm gonna get it! Ah! You hit me! Get it off! Where is it?
Never mind ya. How do you like it? Hey, you a jerk. Get that kid. Get that kid.
Let's go back.
Losing my grip.
Let's go back. This is scary. Let's go back, Harry.
Keep going,
Just
keep
hold
going.
on.
Marv, shut up. Keep
Are you
going,
all
you
right?
jerk.
I don't know, I can't hold on much longer.
Hey guys, check this out. Ha 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 ha.
We're falling.
And when morning came, so did footsteps, familiar voices, and the moment that mattered most, a mother kneeling in front of her son, holding him like she might never let go again. Realizing that the greatest gift wasn't under the tree, it was already in her arms. And as the house filled once more with noise, laughter, and love, Kevin McCallister understood something that would stay with him long after the decorations came down. That family is messy, loud, imperfect, and sometimes overwhelming. But it's also the thing that makes a house feel alive. And this Christmas, in a story filled with heart, humor, danger, and redemption, one boy taught the world that being home alone doesn't mean being forgotten. That courage can be found in the smallest places. That kindness can break loneliness. And that sometimes the wish you regret the most becomes the lesson you need the most. This holiday season, come back to the movie that made a generation laugh, feel, and remember what home really means. This is Home Alone.